Hi crafty friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Joe and I'm the Unlikely Crafter. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. Your support means the world to me. If you're here for the first time, please make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content that I post on my channel. Today I want to talk about some of those events that pop up in our lives that we suddenly need a card for, but we don't have a lot of time to make them. So today I want to make some quick and simple cards that you can use to send to your friends and loved ones when those unexpected events pop up. So I hope you enjoy today's video and let's get crafty. So let's get started with our first technique. And what I'm going to do for this card is just basic stenciling. I have this stencil, which I believe is from Altenew. To be completely honest, I'm not quite sure where it came from. I hope it's from Altenew, but it may be from somewhere else. I'm not really sure, and I'm sorry for that. But I'm going to get my card base ready. I already pre-cut some card bases and have them in my little paper folder on my desk. I'm going to put it down here. And then I'm going to try my best to line these up, because I only want to do half of the card, because I'm probably going to cut it and pop it up off of some different colored cardstock, just so it really stands out. I'm going to take my tape I have here that I've used previously so that it doesn't tear paper. And then I'm going to mask this piece here because I am a mess when I stencil. So I don't want to get anything on that part of the stencil because I want to keep that open. Now I have my Concord and Ninth inks in my ink stand. I love this tool. It's really, really awesome. It keeps everything still on my desk. I'm not sure if it's in the shot, but you might be able to see. Like it's got little stoppers on the bottom and keeps everything in place while you're using your blending brushes. So the first color I'm using is Poppy. Again, that's from Concord and Ninth. I love these colors. They really pop. No pun intended. So I'm just going in with a little bit of color, and I'm just doing the rainbow, and I skipped green because yellow and blue make green, and it's my least favorite color of the rainbow, and I want to make sure that I have all of the necessary colors. So next we're going with orange, which is Marmalade in Concord and Ninth colors again. And I'm going to overlap just a little bit with the red because I want it to kind of blend together. Get a little bit more because I really want these colors to pop since I'm only doing stenciling. Now I'm going to go with Buttercup. Again, overlapping the orange just a little bit. I need to move my little mask here. Sticky notes come in so handy, don't they? Actually, I'm going to get another one to put over on this side because I don't want it on my card. All right. Again, overlapping a little with the orange. And I'm going to do a little bit more yellow than I did at the other colors because I'm going to put blue, and I, again, want to make green if I can. So now we're going to go with Midnight. Okay, and I'm getting that green color in there. I'm going to go back in with my Buttercup because I want to make as much green as I can, and I'm doing it. Yay! And next I'm going to go with one of my favorite colors, which is Eggplant. Again, I'm going to go overlap a little bit with the blue. And this color is really juicy, but that's okay because I really like it. Need to move my thing back a little bit more. Color. Okay. Oh, my dog is, sorry if you hear him in the background, her in the background. She is barking at the neighbor's dogs, who she wants to play with so badly, but they will eat her. All right, here comes the big reveal. Oh, very nice. I did get a little bit on here, on the circle here, but that's okay. It's a handmade card. So, as I say, it's the beauty of a handmade card. So I'm just gonna get some of this ink off my ink surface, put this over to the side to clean later. Get my ink stand off to the side. Now, I am going to use a stamp set, and I'll be honest, it does take a little bit of time to go through your stamps and make sure you find one that you like. And this one just spoke to me. It's All About You from My Favorite Things. It's one of my favorite stamp sets because it is so versatile. There's tons of sentiments that you can use. And I have pre-cut my U. And I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to do with I'm Really Missing You. I think that's appropriate for now. And there are so many people that I can send this to because I really miss a ton of my friends. So I'm going to set this aside real quick, and I'm going to get another sheet of paper. And I'm going to stamp this. And I know we've had this conversation before. I am really bad at eyeballing things, but I think I can do this. I am confident in my abilities today. I get my little ink block. I think that's pretty straight. I used my grid to line it up. I'm going to get my, I think I'm going to use VersaFine ink. And let's see if I can manage to get this in there really good. I want to make sure it's well covered. Let's get this lined up so the paper's straight, so it'll be easier to cut. And let's see. Oh, that's perfect. Love it. Now I'm going to get my trusty scissors out here and just cut it. And I am eyeballing it. You know me, I'm not that great at eyeballing things, so I'm probably going to have to do some surgery and make it smaller so that it looks good on the card. I like to try to have an even border around all of it, but again, when you're cutting it this way, sometimes it's hard. And so far, so good. I think stenciling took me less time than doing this. So now I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to glue this on. Actually, I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. So I cut it down. I cut this side off and not the stencil. But I just cut 1/4 of an inch off of each side so that when I put it on a black cardstock, it'll really pop. So let's do our glue on this. And by the way, this silver paper is from Erin Lee Creative. I used it in last week's video, I believe, too. Actually, I didn't use this paper in that last video, but I do love it. It's the silver holographic. And when I'm gluing, I like to I put a lot of glue on the die, and then I like to just take a sponge and just kind of tap it in just to make sure I don't have a gluey mess on my card when I put it on the card front. So now I'm just going to put it here, and I'm gonna let the U, because remember we have that little spot up there that's not the prettiest. So I'm gonna let it hang off a little bit. And then I'm going to pop this up. And I'm using some foam tape from that I got on Amazon. It was 2 rolls for like $7.99 or something like that. So I thought, I'll try it. Because the 3M stuff I love. It's amazing. It really gives you that dimension, but it's expensive, to be honest. So, all right. So I'm going to put this, where am I going to put this? I'm just going to put it right here, kind of hanging off the side as well. Not much, though. Let's make sure it's straight. It's as straight as it's going to get. All right, get my black cardstock ready. Now I have my black cardstock ready. I'm going to make sure that it's just does kind of go over the side a little bit. It does. That's really cool. I'm liking it, so I'm going to get my glue out again. Just because, for time's sake, I'm not popping this up. But I think if I were making this card and doing a little bit more to it, not trying to make something quickly that is amazing and fast. Line that up, and there you go. There's our first card. You could put some embellishments on here, but I think this is good. I mean, it's quick, simple, colorful, and it's something that you'd be proud to send to one of your friends, I hope. So that's stenciling. Next, we're going to talk about pattern paper. I love pattern paper. I don't use it too much in my card making. I wish I used it more, because every time I go to a craft store, I pick up a pad or something. If it's on sale, I'll pick up a whole pad of paper and I'm like, oh, this is really cute, I'll use this. And then I don't. So it's a challenge for me to use pattern paper, but it's so convenient because it's a background that's already done. And it's not something that you need to do. You can do some embossing on it. You can pop up some flowers or some images on it that you stamp and color. You can heat emboss a greeting on it. It's just, they're so versatile, and I love them. And these are from various pads. I don't particularly know which ones I pulled them from, but these were some of the ones that I saw that I was like, I really like this, or this is the reason that I bought that stamp or that pattern paper pad. So these are just a few of the ones that I am looking at to make a card today. And they're fun. I love them. I love this one. This would be fun for like a summer party or something where you're going and you needed a host, a card for the host, a thank you card for the invite. I love the sharks, and last summer I know there was a lot of stamp sets that had sharks on it, so this really spoke to me. I thought maybe for a boy's birthday or something like that, that might be good. I just like the colors in this. They're really bold. Oops, I have another sheet of paper. Then I thought this might be good for just a birthday card or something like that. It's from a pad made for boys. And so I thought, well, maybe I can make a birthday card for a boy on this one as well. This one is from a craft stock page, and it just says, laugh a lot, so much fun, live in the here and now. It's got some really great words in the background, and it's perfect for a background stamp to put like some flowers in the corner and then pop up a sentiment on it. It's super easy. It would be super easy to use. And then I already used that one. So today, I've already picked out my stamp set, so I know that I'm going to use this. But I just wanted to show you some of the other pattern papers and how they could be used. So I'm using this pattern paper today. and I already cut one card size. So I am going to save a little time because, and then my pattern paper, the 12 by 12, I did cut that down to 6 by 6. It's just easier to go through and easier to use because it's already cut and you're not trying to hoard it. So I'm going to use this, and I picked out the stamp set that I like, and it is Light Me Up by Simon Says Stamp, CZ Designs. I really like this one, and I think it's going to work perfectly for what I want to do. It's going to be quick and easy because I already have the background done, and I just need to put a few stamps on it and pop up a sentiment, and I'm done. And I think I'm going to use this Love You Watts and Watts because of all of the lightning bolts here. So we're going to use the 3 light bulb stamps. There's 3 different kinds of light bulbs included in this set. And I love them. It's really awesome. I love anything CZ Design, to be completely honest, because I like minimalism, and her stamp sets and the designs tend to be minimal. So I'm going to emboss these in clear on the front of this paper. So I need to get my embossing buddy. And I need to find a good one because that one is everywhere. So I was going to eyeball this, but I think I am going to use my Misty for this one because I want to make sure that I have good stamps. And I think if I eyeball it, I may, and forgive me, my Misty is a mess, but I feel like if I eyeball it, I may kind of be off. So I'm going to put this in the, actually I don't want to put it in the corner because I want to have some hanging off the side because I'm trying to make a background. So, but first I'm going to just put this down here and then kind of position these how I want them. I like to go off the side first and then come back and fill in the gaps. Although I probably should work from the middle out. That's probably a good idea. So I'm going to do this because I always end up with gaps when I do it from the outside in. So I'm going to work from the inside out so that I can look at the spaces that I have and try to maximize the amount of light bulbs that I'm going to get on my background. And really we're just taking this, pattern paper and just enhancing it a little bit to make it our own. You can see them in the video, but they look really good. I might have to do a little bit of surgery on a few of them. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up, and really the way I clean up is I just use a really thin paintbrush and just go through and clean up the little messes where the embossing powder stuck where it wasn't supposed to. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll come back, and I'm also going to emboss, and I'll come back and we'll assemble the card. Now I have embossed, did my little surgery and got it cleaned up, and I embossed all those light bulbs on the back of this. I think it looks really cute, especially with the light bulbs on it. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to build it. So I got my Concord in 9th Playful Lightweight paper pack. And I thought this teal turquoise color probably would match good with this blue light bulb. And I think this one is pretty close. So I'm going to use that to pop my background up. Looks like it needs to be cut a little bit more. And we're just going to use tape runner on the back of this. And this pattern paper sometimes can be really thin, so I like to really tape it up because I want it to flatten out on the paper. So, there we go. Let's make sure I like the placement. It's a little crooked, but it'll be fine. So, and then I wanted to stamp the sentiment on this paper. So I'm gonna get my stamp set and take off this "Love You, Watts and Watts." Speaking of Watts, I'm in the Houston area. We're doing much better now after last week. We have power. We no longer have to boil our water in the area that I'm in. So that's a plus. But one of my favorite football players, J.J. Watt, who is amazing. I mean, he is the football team, to be completely honest. Announced that he's leaving the Texans last week. So not only did we get a freeze, but we also found out J.J. Watt was leaving us. But wish him the best. And I'm going to eyeball this, and you know me and eyeballing, but I think I'm feeling confident in my abilities. All right, and touchdown. Hopefully this is straight. All right. Oh, yay, that's so good. I love this ink because it's VersaFine Black Onyx, or Onyx Black, sorry. You don't have to stamp it twice usually. It's such good coverage. So now I need to figure out, am I going to, I think I like that. No, I think I like that. Honestly, that is really, or do I want to cut it and just make it a sentiment and put it in the middle of the card? I think I like this. So I cut this to overlap, and then it's going to have a white card base, which I have here, and I'm just going to, I think I'm going to tape it again. It just seems easier. Of course, I've run out of tape. I have more, but I'm going to use glue. I'm just going to use glue, I guess. Get that centered on my card. And now I'm going to glue this on. My glue's not cooperating either. There we go. Just going to overlap all the way across. And there's our second card. I really like the way that turned out. That's really cute. I mean, you could add embellishments and stuff like that to it as well. But I'm just going to leave it as is. I really like it. There's one more card that I want to show you today. And I'm going to be using this stamp set, All the Hellos from Concord and 9th. It has a bunch of, well, hellos. And really what I'm going to be using today is the dies from this set. So I'm going to use this big circle die, this hello word die, and I think I'm going to use one of these hearts. So when I was going through my pattern paper earlier, I thought, oh, this would make a really cool card. I really like it. and it was the black checkerboard. So I've already cut out my die cut. So it was the black checkerboard paper. And I was thinking about racing, so I really want to use this. And I looked for a sentiment to go with this, saying that you make my heart race, but I couldn't find one in my stash. So what do you do when you don't have a sentiment that's perfect for the card that you're making? Well, you can do an easy thing and print it out. So I just used cardstock and my laser printer to make the sentiment that I want to have on my card. So I'm going to be using that and just putting together this card. I'm going to go cut out the die cuts. I cut out the circle, but I need to cut out the hello and the heart, and I'll be right back. So I've cut out all my pieces. I have this checkered pattern paper from earlier, and I opted to do craft cardstock. I really like the contrast of the red against this because it's pretty much black and white, and then you add the red in. I like it. So I'm gonna pop this piece up, I think. So get my foam tape. And start. And this foam tape, by the way, it does tear, but I just find I like to put it as close to the edge as possible. So I find that scissors and cutting it work best. And I like to use a lot of foam tape. I want the pieces of my card to really stay on when I throw it through the mail. All right, last piece here. Save that for later, for another card. Pull off the paper. And I'm gonna put it on my card. Make sure I'm in the shot there. And I think I'm gonna put it in the middle. And here we're eyeballing here. I think that's good. Just gonna set it down and check it real quick. Looks good. Now, we're going to do a little gluing here. Well, having some technical difficulties with my glue. I store it upside down, but for some reason, when I get it over here, it's not wanting to come out. There we go. All right. Okay, glue, come on. It's not cooperating with me. I'm gonna have a mess because I have to squeeze it extra hard to get anything to come out. What is going on? This is a new glue too. All right, well, we'll make it work. as I showed you earlier, I like to take a sponge. Maybe I'll put a little glue on the sponge. I like to do that too. Just a little bit of glue on the sponge, tap it out, and then make sure we got a good coverage there. Probably gonna have it on the front of my die, which doesn't make me happy, but I think we can work with that. So now I'm gonna put it on my as centered as it can get. All right, there we go. It's kind of a delicate die, so it takes a little bit. Now, I've already used some foam squares, foam circles, whatever they are, to put it on my sentiment. And I think I'm just going to, I don't know, do I want to put it down here? I think I'm just gonna pop it up there. And I have that long piece already, ready to go. And really, there's no stamping, no ink blending, or anything for this card. It's just cutting out a die. Uh-oh. All right. And here we go. I'll put it down a little further so it hangs off just a little bit. No, put it right there. And there's a simple hello card. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch my video today. I hope that you've learned a few tips and tricks on how to make quick and simple cards for those unexpected events that pop up. At the very least, I hope I've inspired you to get into your craft room and use those items that you have that you barely use. For me, it's pattern paper, hands down. So thanks again so much for stopping by and watching my video. If you like what you see, make sure you click the like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of the videos that I post on my channel. Again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support. Have a great week. Talk about those events that pop out. Stopping by and you're a subscriber? Why would you be stopping by? You're a subscriber. You're going to come every week, aren't you? I mean, I do. Oh, look at all this stuff on my shirt. I've got to do it. Stopping by and taking times out. You take times out of your day. A matter of minutes so that you can take with you to these events. If you're going anywhere because there's a pandemic going on, why would you go to a party? Yeah. Easy methods to make simple yet beautiful cards. Oh, why am I pausing? This was so good. Take 5,226.